Hey Krista, good morning. That's always good to hear when I first wake up. Because there are those times where I wonder, it's like, is it something somebody wants me to do or no? Aw, thank you, Lovey. Good morning, Bella. Good morning, Andy. Running a couple of minutes late. She actually was not feeling good last night. She spent a lot of the time upchucking. So, about 45 minutes ago, she was finally able to get to sleep. She didn't sleep all last night because she just felt gross. So it'll just be me today. Oh yeah, most definitely. She was already talking about the possibility of either popping up Tuesday or Thursday, just to kind of like make up for it. I'm like, you don't have to make up for it. There's nothing to make up for. You know, things happen. Sometimes we get sick, sometimes we don't, you know? And with her having chronic pancreatitis, it's inevitable for her. So it doesn't happen all the time. But occasionally, things get like that, you know? Oh, thank you for the heart, me lovey. But yeah, it's definitely... Not gonna lie, this morning was a struggle to, like, wake up. Yesterday was, not really extra. But yesterday I pushed myself to do an extra 2 miles out of my normal routine. So, it was good, you know? It's nice to switch up your exercising routine from the norm. It's that little bit of throwing your body off just enough to make a little bit of a difference, you know? So I'm just kind of feeling the little bit of the aches from that. But that's to be expected. I mean, I didn't have a good walk unless my legs feel like jelly after. So how did everybody's Friday night go? Let's see here. Staying at home watching TV, hanging out around the house. Good way to have a weekend. For me, at, I do believe 12 is when we schedule it. I've got a electrical estimate that I've got to go do, which is why I'm not wiling out with what I'm wearing. Because today is definitely not a stay-at-home day. And I definitely don't want to be wearing a nice dress and then end up getting it tangled. I think what I'm doing is giving an estimate for running an entire new AC circuit. I think I'm just as confused as you are. How are you confused? But yeah, I do believe it's an upstairs AC system that somebody wants installed. So I've got to check it out, see what my guys have to drill through to run the necessary circuit up there. And, you know, just your routine electrical bid job. Okay, if that's what you subscribe to. So sick and tired of people using that man's name in vain. I'm sure his eyes rolling. I'm sure he's getting tired of that shit. Besides, newsflash, obviously you do because you took the time to come in and spread your bullshit. So obviously you care. You feel that you not having a voice is enough voice to give a damn. Congratulations. I hope it sticks. So, it's interesting. You know, it's the weekend. And people choose to do this shit with their time. When they feel over-opinionated and their opinions don't matter. But yet, I'll continuously find people in my space. But yet, you demand your spaces that you think I invade. Same, right back at you. Ooh. People are just that bored with their lives. Ain't got nothing to do better than to go around giving people shit. Hey, Angela. Good morning, lovey. I got my regulars, and that's who I'm here for. Everybody else is just extras that don't need to be here. Good morning, Levy. They always say I had something to complain about, though. So it's a push to start dryer. Doing what wrong? Okay, push start dryer. Could be a couple different things. What it sounds like you're dealing with right now, though, is a bad dryer switch. So, like, When you shut the door, it activates a switch, which completes the circuit. Sometimes that goes bad. Sarah, you can't just come in a chat and say you're doing something wrong. What exactly is being done wrong? Nobody can fix things if something's done wrong. Yes, definitely. Aw, thank you, Lovey. Possibly, but that's just a moisturizer. But I'll keep that in mind. Apply going up. Okay. No, I go to a nail place. The particular nail place that I go to is called Rainbow Nails. It's less than 2 miles down the road from me. So, yep. These are just the magnetic style. So, like, you take a magnet to it, come up with the design. Some people guess that they're like upside down crosses. They're just X's on the fingers, is all they are. Like, if you look, some are higher, some are lower, some are directly in the middle. It just depended on the artist's hands, and he's like, does it look good? And I'm like, good enough for me. I like the fact that the colors shift. So depending on the lighting, it's like 5 different colors. Oh, fun. Getting your hair done is always fun. I finally got mine done. The only thing that I'm currently doing is just having a little bit cut off the ends and then just having it shape my face. Other than that, like, I'm leaving the hair alone. I want it to grow. And even now, like, I had 2 inches cut off of this and it doesn't even look like 2 inches were cut off of it. So yeah. That's exciting. I'm glad you're going and getting your hair did. There is nothing wrong with self-care. Self-care is great. And I consider getting your hair done as self-care. Same with makeup, exercising, doing something as simple as drinking water. That's all good for you. That's all self-care. Do, 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 do. Freaking stray hairs. It's the fun part about having 2 dogs. Okay, what was I gonna go with? Maybe we're in... Yes, I am. Sure am. Well, I am sorry if that's what you've experienced in life. But I've expressed who I am since I was 10. So, and I'm far beyond 10 now. Aw, Angela, thank you, lovey. I appreciate you. this. Trans is just how I define myself. But I'm still a human being, a part of the human race. So, but yeah, that's pretty much all I have going on today. I mean, obviously, I'm going to do the usual. I think, let's see here. Today is my typical 3-mile walk. Tomorrow is when I do my cool down break, where I don't do any walking. I mean, other than if we're running errands or something. I'm not sure if my wife has anything planned. I think possibly mowing the lawn is tomorrow as well. But yeah, other than that, not usually scheduled walkthrough that I have to do for an electrical appraisal. That's it. Which I'm more than happy to do on the weekends, because technically for me that's overtime. Or time and a half, if you will. Oh, thank you. Or time and a half, if you will. Which I'm not going to turn that down. Actually, no. He always wanted to be happy, for individuals and humanity to be happy, express themselves, and be kind and loving. I don't have to subscribe to anything to be kind and loving. In fact, I did a video on that yesterday, saying that same thing. But you going around condemning people, that's a good way to get a one-way ticket that way, if you subscribe to that. So, choice is yours. If you want to be a bigot or you don't. Kindness is free. Absolutely. 100%. I just get tired of being nice. I'm more for matching energy. I'm all about that shit. You know, essentially everybody misses the point of my personal life is my space. It's my home. I have the right to be who I am in my own home. It's you being the one that's invading. I'm a trans femme. I didn't identify myself as a female. Yes, exactly. But again, unfortunately, the Bible is a space where people pick and choose. That's not how it was ever meant to be. It was supposed to be read front to back. And you have to read all of the variations of the Bible. There's not just one Bible. Now, the idea of Bible has been pushed for generations. But every once in a while, there is add-ons to twist whatever current narrative is going on. So, I mean, really, people would have to, like, go back to the original biblical books to get any kind of reference of anything. Because a lot of the terminology that's in it didn't even exist back then until now. So, I mean, I'm not really sure how we got on the biblical side of shit. But if that's what you subscribe to, that's great. And here it's just love and positivity. I really don't give a shit what denomination you're a part of. That's up to you in your personal life. That's not something pushed here. Don't get me wrong. I'm not downing anybody's belief systems. That's not this live either. I'm not bashing anybody. But I believe kindness is free, like Krista said. And it doesn't matter what denomination you're a part of, you can still be a genuine person. You can still be nice. And if it's not your cup of tea or something that you would subscribe to, scrolling's free too. You don't have to be here. You don't have to spread your hatred of something you don't understand or you make assumptions of. You as well, Alex. And I wholeheartedly mean it that way. It's not meant to be taken any other way than good, have the day that you deserve. Because here's the thing. That's a loaded statement. It could come from a place of hate, anger, confusion, denial, just upset at the world. So by me saying it right back to individuals as they say it to me, that literally is matching what energy they're sending my way. So if it's met with love, it's received with love, and it's given back as love. So again, if somebody comes in and they mean that from a place of anger or hatred, then that's what they're getting exactly back. I don't have any ill will towards anybody. Even though I've had people physically hurt me in the past. I mean, when I'm talking about the past, I mean less than a month ago. That was not derived from anything. I wasn't in a specific gender space. I was literally walking around where I live. And I was accosted. Different people are different people. Oh, thank you, Lovey. That was just some flash gifty thing. Nobody's got to actually do it. I just press the buttons because it's there. It's unfortunate that people have such a built-up misconception of what is going on. I identify myself as a trans femme. My preferred pronouns are she, her. But they're not pronouns that I push on everybody. I could care less. Like, there was an individual that came in here and said, hey, bro, or stop acting, bro. Who's acting? I'm perfectly fine with them calling me bro, or homie, or dude, or my guy, or kid, or whatever the hell they want to call me. I don't know. They might be 2 years older than me. They might consider me as a kid. Okay. Yes, do I have preferred pronouns or preferred ways that I would like to be addressed? Sure. Who doesn't? But it's not going to make or break me. Address me whatever way you see fit. At the end of the day, it's not hurting me. At the end of the day, it's still us having a conversation. And if we're just talking about a tiny little phrase, I'm not going to let that get me upset and ruin our conversation. Because I have friends that say dude all the time. They don't mean it in any gender conforming way. It's dude. It's a way to express yourself. Thank you. I do too. And it's just got that little bit of creepiness in here. Even if you take out the batteries. Like, that's funny. I know that's something you can't really see because the chat's in the way. TikTok needs to make it to where, I mean, actually, you can see it. You can scroll to the side and it will show you. Everybody be nice in the comment section because I have no filters on. So the fact that TikTok filtered you, naughty. Be kind. And you know what? You might not have even been saying anything wrong. You might want to just rephrase it just a little bit because I've had people say them in the comment section and that get blocked. Them, which is never something anybody ever has set as a lock word or a blocked word. But yeah, it was cute. It was at Five Below. I like it. It's a little out of my norm because usually I stick to like darker shirts. But this was just too cute to pass. Oh, good. As long as you're in line right behind me. Okay, good. You're in my house, little man. You're in my house. I think if anybody needs to go, it's... Oh, never mind. Chris already gotcha. Again, you don't go barging into people's house and talking shit. Okay? This is my house. My rules. Be nice. It's not that hard. I get it. You don't like people like me. I'm a trans femme. We're to blame because you can't hold Cheeto accountable. So you blame us. That's okay. Alex, thank you for the follow, Levy. Let's not run around playing the blame game. I never hurt nobody. I know plenty of other people that have hurt other people. I'm just being myself. Thank you. I love this too. It was the perfect $5.55 shirt that I could hope to ever grab. Is at Five Below. Get yourself one. I think this is an XL. I'd seen a 3X, but I tried it on and it was too big. I'm finally getting to that point where I'm wearing stuff that's form fitting. I did not see that there, but I did see that there a couple of months ago. Keep an eye on Five Below. Five Below's got some throwbacks for sure. So anywho, let's get into I started putting on a little bit and then I got distracted. Again, I have no idea where I'm going as far as makeup goes. I'm going to put my earbud in though, because I'm glad my wife is finally sleeping. She's just hitting the Z's a little bit hard. Let's see. He, him. I've called Leon handsome a couple times. He's got all kinds of things he goes by. Hey, you're good. I like Fraggle Rock. Fraggle Rock's good. I still have it on VHS. Oh, I know, Lovey. Actually, I don't know if he has his pronouns on his page or not. But that's definitely a video that I need to make discussing that, because a lot of people see my pronouns on my page and then they go all out and they're like, oh, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna call her sir, this and the other thing. Everybody has their preferred pronouns, but I don't really care how you address me. Sir, ma'am, mister, he, him, they, them, z's, or I don't care. I'm not big on pushing pronouns. Do I have preferred ones? Sure. Those are listed on my page. I will always refer to individuals when they're like, what's your pronouns? And I'll point them in the direction that they can clearly tap on it. It'll clearly tell them what my preferred pronouns are. But again, those are my preferred pronouns. I really don't care if you address me the other ways. I don't. I don't care if you pop in and you say, hi, human. I don't care. It's the irritating ones that consider me less than. And it's like, well, I'm definitely not an alien from another planet. Trust me, if I was, I would have fled by now. I definitely agree with the the bio. I got you, Lovey. I I think I only really have the flag on my profile, and that's just signifying that this is a safe space for those individuals. Um, typically it's the 5 second comment dash routine that I get from everybody. Yeah. And here's the thing, Lovey. Even if you took everything out, like, obviously I'm still gonna have this up. This isn't freaking going anywhere. They're gonna pick on something else. They're gonna pick out something else. I mean, you see me get it all the time. Like right now, okay. If anybody wants to know, I'm a trans femme. Okay. But like right now with what I have on, I'm still going to get ridiculed. People are still going to come in and, because that's all people can do. Okay? It's hard for them to be loving. It's hard for them to be supportive. It is hard for them to fathom that there's other people out there other than them. It's hard for them to do. Lovey, if you play video games, you're playing make-believe. If you believe that person is actually checking you out and gives two shits about you, they probably don't. Therefore, you're playing pretend. A little bit of humanity is playing pretend. I mean, let's be realistic. Because if everybody was straight up and nobody played any games, you know how many hurt feelings would be had every single day? Come on now. Don't start shit. You could have just as easily scrolled, but instead you decided to come in here spreading bullshit. I'll definitely do that later, Lovey. You know I will. I'm not everybody's cup of tea. Oh, you're fine. There's just some random person in here. It's playing make believe. Well, here's the thing, Levy. Even if somebody does block you in here, you still can see all of their comments. Just because they blocked you doesn't block them or doesn't block you from seeing what they say in my chat. That's fine though. I was just giving them a crash course that most of humanity is playing pretend. You pretend you like your coworkers. You pretend you like your boss. Why do you do that? Because you like your fucking job where you're making money. Like everybody to a certain extent or another plays pretend. But going around and bashing people for their lifestyles and the way that they live their life, that's not okay. So what? I'm not your cup of tea. No, trans femme. Figure it out. Trans femme. How? I've got a regular shirt on. How? Oh, yeah. The hair behind my back that hardly nobody can see. Oh, shit. Damn. Are we really back to this shit where I gotta tuck my hair under my hat so that way I can get a job? Come on now. We're so past that. Oh, it's the nails, isn't it? It's the nails. I bet you that's what it is. Like, look at me and what the hell I'm wearing. Like, really. I'm using my natural voice This is the hair I got. Okay, not true. The hair I have is dyed. This right here is currently my natural hair color, and it's coming through. Yeah, Trump does the same fucking thing. Grown man playing with makeup. That's a Furby. If you're too young to know what this is, that's your problem. I'm a trans femme. That is how I identify myself. But simply a human being. But honestly, I leave it up to individuals to determine for themselves what I am. The fact that people have to go around and ask me, that's interesting. Hey Andy, welcome back, lovey. Good morning, Derry. Oh, Krista, you're doing fine. Good morning, beautiful neighbor. Like, that's probably my favorite one. Grown man playing with makeup. And what about Donnie? What about JD? They both play with makeup, but that's okay. Because they're showing more masculinity. And because I'm showing more femininity, that's wrong. Like, that's literally the only difference in between those two dope versus me. Yes, he needs to lay off the orange. Orange is not that man's color. But that's probably my favorite. Like, maybe if you did not have somebody sitting at the giant white building that puts on makeup daily and seriously needs to fire who's applying his makeup, don't start coming at me because I use makeup. Like, there is nowhere on this palette or any other palette that says for women only. So what? I identify as a trans femme. Oh, I'm sorry, Andy. I hope you get better, lovey. That is not how anybody should have to handle their weekend. That's just no fun at all. I'm sorry. Hey, what's up? Dustin, how are you doing this morning? No, that's my wife. That's why I was hoping to avoid by the earbuds. But this is the space that I do my makeup, so. I know, Lovey, and I hope you feel better. Actually, you know what? Hold on a second. Let me check. That might be my Great Dane. Yeah, my bad. That's my wife and my Great Dane, both doing a snoring competition. I do want to eventually get a curtain that hangs from here to here. For a couple different reasons. One, because this is the bathroom, and two, to cut down some of the noise, because like we have two bedroom fans that we keep on for so we can get some good sleep. We use that as our background noise. All right, where did my pattern go? Okay, so we're gonna go with orange. So, kind of a new rule for my mods in here. And no, it's not something that y'all know previously. This is something I just thought about doing. As long as they're not being belligerent down in the comment section, I am okay if they choose to call me man, sir, bro, any of that stuff. If that's how they choose to address me, then so be it. I've gotten past that part where it bothers me. I do have preferred pronouns, but at the end of the day, like, I would be so busy going through and correcting my comment section. Just not worth it. I will eventually get it to where, like, I have everything finalized so I can send it to y'all. Just kind of, feeling it out. You know what I mean? That's why I urge people continuously, like, if you're doing any kind of medical transitioning at all, you take the time to do the work, not just take the meds and hope they alter whatever you're expecting them to alter. Go through, do the mental work, unpack everything, repack everything. Essentially, it's like when you go through your first puberty. Not everything shifts all at once. From a guy perspective, okay? We went from, ew, girls have cooties, to, well, he looks kind of cute, or she looks kind of cute, or they look kind of cute. That all happened with maturity. That all happened as we progressed in life. Same thing for, your next shift in life. So to each his own. Everybody grows in different ways. Some men like women, some men like men and women. Some women like both. Some women are just straight up X on men. That's how it goes sometimes. To each his own, Trans femme. A human being just trying to be a human being in a world of human beings. But I don't go around berating people from chat to chat. I don't go into people's homes and tell them their lifestyle and the way that they're living is wrong. I leave that up to people like you. It's not even that anymore, though, Lovey. They don't even need to be nice. They can easily, continuously be who they are and leave people like me and other people that are nice alone. Wearing what I'm wearing says that I'm a woman. Wearing what I'm wearing says that I am a woman. Because last time I checked, this is a unisex shirt. Yep. I am wearing clothes, which is required by law. And at bare minimum, TikTok law depicts that you have to wear clothing. Are you talking about where I have dresses on? So, it's clothing. You're the one that determines that it's women's attire. I simply look at it as clothing. Sure, do I have some dresses? Absolutely. Do I have some tunics that look like skirts? Sure. Do I have some kilts that look like skirts? Sure. What you're looking at is titles of clothing. Are you mad? You're not mad because I look better in a dress, are you? Exactly, and that's one of those things like that's TikTok law, that's humanities law. Unless you're on a certain beach and you're a part of a certain group, then they walk around with all their bits wagging. I'm not a part of that group. I've thought about joining one of those groups, but I'm not in one of those groups. So clothing is clothing. Well, I know who's about to get kicked out of something. Hi, I'm Snow. And you're probably going to go bye-bye. Dude, people hate people for just existing. This just blows my mind. If you don't like it here, get the fuck out. Nobody's holding you here. Nobody's keeping you hostage. I'm telling you, people have lost touch. Yeah, unfortunately it is. And there was a time where I used to look to the parents and say you should have done better. But as a parent, I realized some things. We can do our best to teach our kids the right way. Ultimately, it's up to them to choose to be nice. Same as the other way. You can have terrible parents and still be a good person because you chose to be a good person. So I don't hold people's parents accountable for the way that their kids are behaving. Just don't. Exactly, Krista. Exactly. Good morning, Dustin. And that's the thing. It's just like my favorite thing, and I say this often. My favorite thing is when people bring up the restroom. That's everybody's favorite heated topic. But can we talk about the fact that I was at Subway like 4 days ago, maybe 5 days ago now. And the bathrooms there, yes, are marked male and female, or man and woman, however you want to look at that, all right? But when there's a line of women, you best believe they're using both bathrooms. Because it only makes sense. Why? Because each bathroom has the same shit in it. Hardly anybody has urinals anymore. They have the same fundamental shit in it, and at the end of the day, when you gotta go, you gotta go. But you know what every one of those women were doing? They went in, they used the bathroom, they washed their hands, and they got the hell out. It doesn't matter. A bathroom is a bathroom. It's only the government that decided to throw male, female, so on and so forth. Now keep in mind, I used the male bathroom, but that was because that was the first one in the long line of women. That was the first one that was open, was the male bathroom. Because you best believe, like all those women in that line, I used the one that was available because it's a single stall, locked door bathroom. It's a unisex bathroom that just has fancy little tags on the door that says male and female. Those women in that line didn't care. Me as a trans femme, I didn't give a shit either. It was the one that was available first. Nobody cares. When you have to go to the bathroom, you have to go to the bathroom. Only the people that decide to use it as an arguing point, those are the people that care and give a shit. Because I've also experienced lines of men doing the same thing. No woman in sight. It's a line of men. And they divided, and some went into the men's bathroom, some went into the women's bathroom. And not a damn one of them was trans. Thank you. It's those magnetic designs. See, that, bless you for being a kind individual. Hi, Lovey. I'm sorry that you were accosted. I myself have personal experience of being accosted. And before somebody's in the comment section saying, oh yeah, because you were in the women's bathroom, blah, blah, blah. No, I was in the men's bathroom. They accused me of being a trans man. Yeah, that's the incident that happened to me, Lovey, 2 weeks ago in my very own trailer park. Ended up getting a black eye and some bruised ribs and kicked in my lower extremities. It was not exciting. All because I was walking. And this is the fun part. In boy shorts and a guy's shirt. Yep, fun stuff. So at the end of the day, they don't give a shit what you're wearing. It doesn't matter. That's the excuse that they want to utilize. It doesn't matter what you're wearing. Well, I mean, I wouldn't accost somebody for that, but you should probably flush. Well, and the toilet's broken. See, that explains why you didn't flush. But again, I'm sure you just told her, like, I gotta go get the maintenance man. Like, yep, it's not that I didn't want to flush. It's the fact that I couldn't. The toilet was broken. Which happens. Especially like in restaurants. You best believe those toilets get used a lot. But yeah, it's crazy how people get upset over the fact like they don't actually know what's going on and they automatically assume. Wow. I'm sorry you had to experience that. Unfortunately, there's a lot of angry people. A lot of times for no apparent reason. Just like for me, like when I leave the house with a mindset of being patient and taking my time. I always make sure that I leave, a good 15, 20 minutes before I'm actually supposed to get to a place. I do everything that I need to not run late, and not cause me to do foolish things like trying to cut everybody off on the road, to simply shave off 2 minutes to get to my destination faster. Because on average, that's all you're saving is 2 minutes. And a lot of times, 2 minutes is not enough to save anything. That's a scary situation to be in. I am so sorry that you had to endure that. I don't know. What's your definition of a woman? I define myself as a trans femme, so. And that's simply off the basis that I'm not masculine. Well, no shit, Sherlock. I'm a trans femme. You know the difference, right? Yes, very much. There is. I absolutely agree with you. There is too much hate in the world. Almost fooled you. Into what? I mean, I look at it this way. I've already got a wife. She's in there. We've been together for 12 years, and I've successfully gotten myself a boyfriend. So I'm not sure why people assume that I'm trying to trick you. I'm here being myself. I'm not looking for anybody else right now. Oh well. They're fine, Lovey. Let them berate about whatever they want to berate in the comment section. They have thousands of other places that they could go, thousands of other people that are live, and they choose to have this conversation here. Perfect example of free speech. Go somewhere where you don't like anybody that you're around just to be a bigot and then claim free speech. Just saying. Talk about sneaking into spaces that you don't need to be in and that you don't belong. Prime example. Obviously I am, because you chose me today. That in its definition makes me special. You probably got blocked from all your usual bigoted places. Oh, I know I am. Just like you're special. We're all special. We're all unique individuals. Therefore, at its definition and its core, we're all special. Just embracing my femininity. You want to embrace your masculinity? Go for it. If that's what you subscribe to, absolutely, he'll forgive you. Exactly. See, here's the thing, Lovey. You're not understanding. You provide me with content. So, of course, I'm going to interact with you because you provide me, then again, with more content. Hey, Tabs. How are you doing, Lovey? Like, that's how this works. Just like I love how people are out there that are like, oh yeah, we were leaving trans people alone until they started pushing their ways and pushing into other people's spaces. I don't invade other people's spaces. Like, I'm doing good. I'm having decent conversations with decent people and not so decent conversations with not so decent people. Exactly. See, that's your problem. You just walk into spaces that you don't belong in because you stumbled upon me first. Now who's invading whose spaces? People like you preach every day about this, that, and the other thing. But ultimately, at the end of the day, you're worse off than I am. I know. It's not your hobby, it's your lifestyle. It's literally who you are as a person. You're a bigot. you run around harassing people for no apparent damn reason other than you can. Just like I'm up here doing makeup because I can. Normally I tell people not to quit their day job, but considering this is your day job, I would suggest that you quit. But hey, you know, if this is what you choose to do with your spare time and your life, that's completely up to you. You're really a product of who you surround yourself by. Yeah, unfortunately. But that's fine. If they choose to berate people and that's their lifestyle, then so be it. But ultimately, it's not the berating that's their lifestyle. It's them having a sad life, so they need to do shit like this for attention. That's the sad part. That's all they're doing is seeking attention any way they can. Thank you, Lovey. I'm enjoying it. Just a little bit of this, that, and the other thing. It's a little bit of a darker take on your typical really colorful rainbow. Exactly. I choose to get up here. That's my whole point. Like, I choose to conduct myself this way. They choose to conduct themselves that way. Like, you're literally proving my point. I don't go around berating people in my spare time. Welcome back. Now, if they come in here and they come in my space, I have absolutely every right to say anything I want to say. This is my space. But you sure as shit won't see me going in their space, running my mouth about all kinds of other crap. Yes, I am exercising today. The only days that I don't exercise are Sundays, and that's just when I let my whole body rest. Okay. Actually they don't. But okay. Well, that's not going to work. I mean, it's not a big time exercise, it's just walking. I'm sure my dad wants a lot of things. But he could pick up the phone. He's still got his kid. You do realize well, of course you don't realize because you've never been in here before. I haven't talked to my dad in years. He stopped talking to me far before I even came out as trans. So I could care where I could care less where he's at, and he could care less where I'm at. All right, bye. Have a great day. I hope you find somebody interesting today. Oh, people like to talk about my family all the time. No, she's embraced her feminine son for quite some time. She tells me all the time. Does everybody just think that they have, like, a tragic backstory or some shit? Like, that's not magically how I am who I am. I did what everybody should do. Get older, mature like you're supposed to, and move the hell out of your parents' house. That's what you're supposed to do. Exactly. Thankfully, because of the safe space that I provide for my child was able to easily show up and be like, hey, this is how I'm feeling. Is this okay? And I'm like, yeah, because I'm all about love is love. Like, that's perfectly fine. Exactly. I don't understand people. Like, just because you're the type of parent that will ridicule your child does not mean that other parents are all like that. Um, as a mom of a son that is feminine and likes exploring his femininity, feminine side, and I support him. So, and that was it. Um, yeah, touched by God. Were you too? Yeah, exactly. No, you support your son. Oh no, it wasn't. It wasn't by an uncle. I was touched by God. Mm-hmm. In His divine spirituality. I do. I have Catholics on one side, and then I have Christians on the other side of my family. Sure do. Uh, Went to church every single Sunday and Wednesday, and altered in between churches until I was 15. Sure did. Oh, in so many ways. I swear, like the creepy shit people think about. Like, you come in here and that's the first thing in your mind. This the first thing you say. Thank you for sharing. Oh, absolutely. That's sad. Um, and I hope that you didn't experience that. I hope nobody ever has to experience that. But again, assuming a backstory just based upon somebody you happened upon. Oh, I was never into sports. Actually, for that matter, he wasn't either. He was more into women's wrestling. Which, funny enough, I was perfectly fine watching with him. Sure did. I mean, okay, it's hard for a lot of people to understand that I have a boyfriend that spoils me, and it's hard for them to understand that I have a wife. Um, it's hard for them to understand that. And that's okay. That is okay. Um, it's not for everybody. I get that. That's why my lifestyle is my lifestyle. Okay, so green, blue. Hey, Nutty. This is a double wide. It's a double wide with an addition. Oh, I'm sorry. Were you using that as a way to disqualify me for something? Everybody knows I'm in a trailer. Are you freaking shitting me? These are literally 12 feet apart, or 12 inches apart. It's a foot. So every foot there's a section. Anybody and everybody that's a carpenter would know this is a trailer. Sheesh. I am telling him. It's not for everybody. No, that's a combination of my wife and my Great Dane snoring simultaneously. I have a German Shepherd Pit Bull mix, and then I have a Great Dane. And I also have 3 ferrets. I actually have to take them all to the vet on the 1st. Hey, Dana. I didn't see you sneak in, lovey. How you doing today, girl? Thank you. I love glitter. That's why I call all my followers glitterlings. I'm good. Things are getting better as time goes on. Remember, everybody, if you're getting filtered and I'm seeing it say somebody said something inappropriate, TikTok is deeming that inappropriate. I don't have any words locked. Because I really wanted a space and a place where everybody can express themselves, even if that means they want to be angry bigots. She has one. Actually. Baby. Hey. I want to tell you that I think that they need to increase your pressure because you're still snoring. And that shouldn't be something that you're doing while you're on your sleep apnea. So I think the pressure's too low. Okay. Love you. Yes, exactly. No, that's why I just told her that. One, I forgot she wants me to wake her up when she is snoring so she knows, so she can document it. Hey, Peggy. How are you, lovey? So I think this is a good rendition of Rainbow today. I think I'm going to add a little bit of color in the corners. Oh, you can't really see the purple that well on the outsides. Thank you. I'm trying to improve on it. It's not necessarily going so well. I have good makeup days and bad makeup days. The sleep studies are annoying because my wife hasn't been on the CPAP though for almost a month. they both agreed that they would start her off at a lower pressure just so her body can get used to it again. So at this point, it's one of those things that they can just phone in, and they're willing to go up to the same pressure that she was before without a sleep study. She's on a CPAP machine. Oof. Honestly, I'm supposed to be on a CPAP machine too. But I had issues with nightmares. I still have issues with nightmares. That's a continuous thing. But the flip-flopping and rotating was causing the cord to which was very uncomfortable. All right, Lovey. Thank you for coming in. Hope to see you again. Thank you for chatting. I don't know. We've never looked at the oxygen part of everything. So I think she wants to at least bare minimum reestablish that, and then we'll go from there to find out if CPAP is not for her and it's more of oxygen that she needs. I hope aliens are real, because I'm about tired of being on this planet. Only in your head. Aw, she had the baby. Oh, they've been awake since I went live, Lovey. Today has actually been a more mild day. Krista will tell you, there's times where I go live. Yeah, I'm on meds. There's a lot of people in the world that are on meds, though. And yes, thank you for reminding me. Everybody, med check. Make sure if you're on meds, you take your medication today, okay? This is your friendly reminder. I do appreciate that. Oh, trust me, they're working because I'm dealing with your ass. If they weren't working, you'd know. You're welcome. I didn't remind you. Billy did. Little Billy did. See that? He tried to be insulting, and instead he helped remind us all to take our medication if we haven't yet. Thank you, Billy. Are you? They finally decided to have the bigot parade, huh? Good for you. No, nobody's normal. I say that regularly. I'm definitely not going to claim I'm perfect. Just like everybody has a definition of struggles. So it's been a minute since I've asked this. What plans do people have for this weekend? I know it's still early. Maybe people have planned events for today. Oh, good. Oh, yeah. The past 2 nights we've gotten really crazy storms coming in here. With the wind blowing and the rain gusting and all that other fun stuff. So I've been outside a couple different times, picking up all the sticks from that. Got the backyard to finish, and then I've got a couple of properties that me and my wife do lawn care for. That'll be getting done. I do believe she said she wanted to do it tomorrow because this whole coming up week, I've got glitter that just won't go away. Because this coming up week is chocked full of my wife's appointments, my daughter appointments, and I think I maybe have 2 appointments. I mean, obviously one is therapy. It's every Tuesday. But like I have my HRT appointment. I do believe that is on Wednesday. That's either on Monday or Wednesday. I know it's not on Tuesday. Shit, now I can't remember, but I know it's this month. On the 22nd, my daughter has another eye surgery. So that is happening. That's happening on the 22nd. This one's not really an eye surgery, though. This is an eyelid lift. I think we're finally to that point where she is done with all of her eye surgeries. Which is great, because she's been through a lot with the eye surgeries. All because of some doctor wasn't doing what they were supposed to be doing during a procedure. And then essentially, things happened, and now as parents we have to make the correct calls to make sure what happened gets fixed properly. And we're looking at the possibility of them being able to fix it all at once, or it taking 2 attempts. And that's just simply because typically as an adult, if you get an eyelid lift, you're awake through the entire procedure. They may give you something to numb your pain, but you're awake for the entire procedure. That way you can still move your eye, your eyelid, all of that. Now, because my daughter is 11, they're putting her under. So because of that, they're not going to be able to check her range of motion until she comes out of that. So it's one of those things that they're going to tweak it a little bit, and they may have to go back in and tweak it a little bit more if it's not enough. It's not ideal. I don't really like that it's like this, but I know my daughter, and she's not going to sit still while somebody's poking at her eye. So unfortunately, as parents, we have to do it this way. It's already going to be challenging enough because she's like me, and she has a fear of needles. Because of her age, and we ran into this issue the last eye procedure that she had. Because of her age, they're no longer able to use a mask to induce sleep and then put the IV in. So I already know she's going to freak out when it comes to getting an IV. They did say that they can offer some numbing cream. But again, it's not the actual feeling that is bad. It is the, oh my goodness, I'm going to get jabbed. That's the part that's triggering to her. And no amount of numbing cream is going to fix that. So they did say in extreme circumstances, if it's one of those things that they can't get her to sit still for them to be able to do that, then at that point in time, they can use the mask. And I'm sitting here thinking, I'm like, why can't you just use the mask? Like, the amount of anxiety that you're triggering, all of the issues that you're going to cause for her, just because it's protocol to try to avoid using the mask because of her age. It's not that they can't use it. It's protocol, insurance, and all this other junk. And I'm like, okay, this still doesn't really make any sense. But it's their procedures, it's their protocols, and I was assured that's the way it's got to be. So trust me, I don't like it, but I guess that's the way that they want to do things. Actually, speaking of the wind, it sounds like it's picking up right now. Oh my, I finished way sooner than I was planning on finishing. Oops. Oh well. Has taken over your mind. If you said something before that, missed several spots, okay. I hope so. Should have missed my whole damn face. The only thing that I did is some freaking eyeliner. Eyeliner, some mascara. I didn't do a full face of makeup. I hope I missed a whole bunch of spots. X, I do have a profile existing, but I don't have anything. Not true. I think I have like a soup video or something. You would say that, wouldn't you, with the little alien profile picture? But like I said, like I got a little bit of framework done as far as like the hair around the face. That's why it's like cut off to here. And then I actually ended up getting, I think it was 2 inches, she said, cut off of this thing. So, and that's all I got done as far as like a haircut goes. But, like I said, natural hair color is this right here. But I like how it faded. Like I did have it dyed red, but obviously it faded, and I like the way that it faded, so definitely going to keep that. Nope, just a human being in a shirt. I mean, not a wig. Hair's attached. So I think what I'm going to end up doing. Thank you, Andy. Like I said, not a professional by any means. Just fun little dabbling in makeup. You know, not that big of a deal. Just a little rainbow fading, and that's the simple little look for today. And like I said, the only really getting out today that I'm going to do is I'm going to walk on over and hop on the treadmill and do 3 miles. I guarantee you I have less makeup on than Donnie does. Maybe a little bit more than JD, but thank you, Andy. I appreciate that. I hope you all have a great and fantastic day. Be the positive person that the world needs today. not the positive person that it needs tomorrow. I'm going to head out of here a little bit because I've got to set up my stuff for my daughter. But I work, though. Love you. Have a great day. This is why our men don't work. I'm sorry your men don't work. I do. Like I said, I've got enough time to do my exercising routine, and then after that, I got to go run and do a home estimate for somebody. And that about wraps up my day, unless something weird happens and I end up getting another call from my father-in-law when I'm out doing that estimate. But hopefully not. If it does, well, y'all will see a post updating as much. I don't think today, because I do have to go run and do that estimate on a house, and I don't know really how long that's going to take. And I am on the emergency call list in case if something happens as far as electrical issues go. So probably tomorrow I'll go live on my other account and do some Legos. So, but I am going to head out of here a little bit early. Love you all. Have a great and fantastic day. I got one more post that I'm going to be doing today, and that's about it from me. So, love you all. Bye.